G'day, Paul Stoner here, CEO Bigger Than Scott's. I'm joined today from Edward Hobbs, or with Edward Hobbs, who again has won Salesperson of the Month for March 2014. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, Paul.
I know you did it hard, and you've sold a lot, you've listed a lot, and you've sort of taken a bit of a hit earlier this week, but
Run myself into the ground.
You're certainly consistent.
So what did we sell? 13 our team for March, and a couple off markets, which we don't usually do, but I've mixed success off market, but I like to put them to market, you know, the marketing, all that
How
sort
is
of
that,
stuff.
just pressure?
One off the back of another in the same complex, and then I just had in Cremorne, my farm area, had a landlord contact me, and it was really the right buyer at the right time.
Yep.
And then came in at 720, they said up 750, and the buy came up, and in hindsight now it's good buying because the market's shifting like this, as we know, week to week.
Yeah.
But 13 sold is good, 13 listed, so 13 new auctions coming in for May and June, which was good. And I think we came in at, I had it tracked at about 160 gross com. I think you had a fraction less, but
that's right. Yeah,
that was good enough.
It's a great month, and
I'm feeling it now.
Well, from all accounts, you know, April's going. It's got its hiccups, school holidays and Easter, but
exactly.
May's looking pretty good for you guys.
Yeah, I think Russ will probably touch on it, but I think we've got a record amount of auctions booked in for May, which is good. So I haven't counted up our team, but we listed well in March, so I imagine it'll roll out pretty well.
So the question that everybody out there is asking themselves when they sit in training, and I think when they look at these videos, is how does Ed stay so consistent? You know, what effort does it take from you every month to reach these figures? Just
the grind of the daily tasks, which is usually Mondays or just callbacks for Tabitha and Doug. But I get into the just sold calls. That's my prospecting's obviously non-negotiable, and I do that, and I do the just sold email as well if it's a complex. But if it's specific buyers in that marketplace or vendor, I obviously get on the phone and make that call. Yeah. And it's hard work at times. There's heaps of times I don't feel like making the calls and having that, but coffee here and there, and bang, you're into it, and you feel good. That sort of productive prospecting. You feel good.
And you've been doing it for so long now, so when you call the street, again, to tell them there's been another great result.
Sometimes I SMS, because I do. They know of me, they get my emails, they get the fortnightly, the video, they get the monthly newsletter, and then I can't overdo it, so I text, sparingly and where necessary. Yeah. But if I'm chasing someone, I've got to put in that call. Yeah. And but you just got to mix it up, emailing or SMS or calls, yeah.
But you can't go missing.
No, consistency is the big thing. I mean, I've been away the last couple of days, so I haven't done my calls for sort of Monday. Yeah. So I'm itching to get into those, but 4 or 5 auctions I've got to call this weekend.
And the other part of the dynamic, if you like, of what's happening in your team, how important is the marketing side of things for you guys, winning new business, getting in the door even? Yeah,
it's a big thing. We find that competition's always offering cheaper non-print media campaign, so internet-based, which would come in around $4,000, loosely speaking. Our average marketing spend's about $7,000, so we're obviously not quite double that. Yeah. But print media is big for us. Obviously, our Bode magazine gets across a range of suburb buyers, and the auction results as well. We find that that's an easy sell. Auction results is a really easy sell because of the power of it. The cross-referencing of different buyers in suburbs in the marketplace. The Abode as well is good. Obviously, I go Premier on the realestate.com domains, that sort of thing. I find if you're on page 5 or 6 from the get-go, you're really disadvantaged and feel like you're handicapped. So
yeah, well, and we've just changed all those figures on the Abode magazine and the size. So not only will it look better, it's more affordable for people to put on the table and add it into the mix.
Yeah, and you just never know where your buyer's going to come from. So I always say, hey, just don't gamble. Just be across all the mediums, and you won't have any regrets auction day.
Yeah,
it's one of my favourite
good words. I think it is a gamble if you don't go with it.
Don't cut corners with your biggest asset. Okay? That works. Vendors go, oh, what? Oh, okay. Puts a bit of the, the fear into them.
Well, it's a dose of reality.
Yeah.
You want to get a good price. I haven't sat down with anybody that doesn't want a fantastic figure. Yeah.
Do it once, do it properly.
That's right.
Okay.
So, coaches, who are you listening to at the moment?
Meet up with Josh once a month. He keeps me accountable. Catching up Friday at the Olsen for our little half an hour session. Yep. I get a lot out of that. Tom Panos has had some good, videos. Yep. Marcus Chiminello is obviously one to look at. Yep. His business structure is pretty impressive. But, I probably won't get to it this year, but I've been many, many times in the past. There's the other one with Flinny's talking at. Yep. That's coming up as well. So I try and get to as many events and seminars as I can. But accountability is to Josh. And he's obviously put a lot of good things in place that's starting to roll out this year.
Yeah, and for those of you watching, none of this happens by mistake. It's 7 years ago now, I think, or it's 8 years when I came on board, but in my first year you came to me and said, Paul, I want to step it up, and Ed wanted to get better, and there's no surprising that he got better. He worked with a coach straight away,
Steve Dalgos.
Yep, Steve Dalgos, who
still talked to him last week.
Yeah, and he's and it was all about Ed. Ed just wanted to be accountable to someone and get to that next level, and he lives the work rate that you see in Josh's emails that come out on a daily basis. This is the guy that's doing it. So
trying to keep up. There's a bit in there, isn't it, on some of those? But
it is bloody hard, and no one's hiding from that. We know it's hard, and plenty of distractions. You got to try and just clear focus. Task lists are good. Yeah.
But no, Steve was good, and then obviously I switched to Josh more recently. But the message is the external accountability. Yeah. I reckon. Yeah. I mean, it's great in the office to have your goals and targets and things, but to talk to someone outside that's removed from the business is what I found really helped me.
Yeah, and some of the scripts and dialogues that we've been getting from Josh, they helped tremendously?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and they're not super slick. They're good in the sense that they're quite natural. Yeah. And you almost come across as, they're advisor, but you almost come across with Josh's scripts that like you're their friend as well, which is really good. So there's too scripted stuff out there which you want to internalise, but just, obviously rehash yourself. Yeah. But some of Josh's stuff's really good, very natural, and I use a lot of it. Yeah.
And the reality with these scripts and dialogues is no one's asking you to do something that you shouldn't be doing. So don't think that it's something that, you get the choice of doing. It's people are expecting you to call them back and have a conversation. So the words are just to help you have that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
It definitely needs to happen.
Yeah.
Mate, congratulations. You are Mr. Consistent across the group, and they're nipping at your heels.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been back here, I think, though, those Knox boys, hey? I thought I had my best month in Feb and came third.
Yeah.
So, eight sales for me is great for Feb, but got pipped by them, so good on them.
Well, Marksy's backed it up, so he's there, and Helly's not far behind him.
I know. Nick as well. Yeah. Hey, 3 of them on my tail. So, exactly. Good on them. They're doing really well.
But, more strength to you. And, good things happen to good people. So, well done, mate.
Thanks, Paul.
Cheers.
Cheers.